I do want to give you the floor on Shohei Ohtani and what we're seeing, a unicorn every fifth day and certainly every other day.
Yeah.
I'll give you the floor and what we're seeing from him right now. Jim?
Well, it's just amazing. I mean, I was reading an article this morning about, Babe Ruth only, pitched and played the outfield in, 218 games. And he said, you can't do both. Well, Ohtani can. But how big has he gotten? I mean, it's like he's, we know, if you broadcast for the Orioles in the American League East, you're used to seeing Stan and Judge and all that. I mean, guys that are superhuman, they look like they should, be on the, in the movies and, in some of the, the superhero movies and all that. So, but Ohtani, I saw him a couple of years ago when we could actually go on the field and talk to players and all that. And yeah, and then you saw him run and you said, gee, he hits the ball a long way. Now he hits the ball a real long way to all fields. Pitching wise, Mike Scioscia was the manager. I said, you got to get him in the middle of pitching rubber. He's going to hurt his arm, which he did. So he did the Tommy John. It's kind of what Al Michaels used to always talk about. He said, when you could be reading a book and when now hitting for the Oakland A's, Reggie Jackson, you stop reading. When Ohtani pitches or comes to the plate, you pay attention.
Yep.
So I don't know if you can say it any better than that. I mean, I'm sure people could say it much more eloquently. Bob Costas comes to mind when we talk about that. But yeah, he's a special player. And if you're an Angel fan, or you got to see Tom Seaver strike out the last 10 batters, on April 22nd in 1970.
Right.
Just to think that you were there, or you get to see Ohtani do some of the things he does, that's what makes baseball the game it is.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.